So I just can't believe the price of balloons nowadays. They've gone so expensive, and I don't know why. Well, I guess it's inflation. You get it? Because you inflate the balloons, the prices have inflated. Perfect! So Air Max Day, in my opinion, was very underwhelming. Yes, we got the return of the Air Max 1 Big Bubble, but this sneaker was the only other one to drop that day. And this might just be the front runner to Nike's Air Max line in years to come. It is, of course, the Nike Air Max Pulse. So this sneaker dropping on Air Max Day, it did kind of make up for what we didn't really get. And yes, the star of the show really was the Air Max 1 Big Bubble, but there wasn't much else going on. So a lot of us sneakerheads, especially Air Max fans, were left pretty unsatisfied. But don't get me wrong, I'm not being too greedy. The Air Max 1 Big Bubble was an amazing shoe to come out. But you know what? This is all about the Air Max Pulse in this review. And of course, just like my uncle trying to save his hairline, doing the whole comb over thing, let's put that all aside. Because I do believe, just like the Air Max 270, which this sneaker does resemble, this might be a staple sneaker by them. We've seen a ton of Air Max sneakers sort of come and go over the years and nothing's really stuck. But with the likes of the 270 for example, the Air Max TW as well as of recent, I'd argue just like those pairs, these might be here to stay. And the leaked images just prove that. Some of the colorways coming out do look amazing. Of course, a brand new Air Max sneaker by Nike, it would be rude not to start off with the box. And unfortunately, it's just your standard red Nike one, so there's nothing special here. I kind of wish they did something like they did with the 270 and give us something new in terms of the box. But the product sticker itself does say Nike Air Max Pulse, and the official colorway is Photon Dust and Reflective Silver. You know, coming to think of it, how many Photon Dusts have we had? We had it with the likes of the Crafts, and I think there was another pair too. Nike, think of something else to call it, will ya? And like I've already mentioned, this sneaker does resemble the Air Max 270, and partly because it does share the same air unit. According to Nike's website, this sneaker is actually inspired by London's music scene. As soon as I read that though, and I don't know why, the Nike Air Max 90 tongue-in-cheek, the Dizzy Rascal pair, that came to mind straight away. But obviously this sneaker might not be as iconic as that sneaker ever will be, but the colorway just gives me those vibes. That might be a big reach, but that's just what came to mind. They go on to say this silhouette has an underground touch to the Air Max line, with a point-loaded air cushioning system that they're calling it, and I can't really lie, it just sounds a bit gimmicky. But it's pretty much the Air Max 270 revamped according to them. They do go on to say this does deliver a better bounce compared to that silhouette, and I've got to say, I do agree. Now, in terms of the sizing with the Air Max Pulse, they do fit a little snug. I did go for my normal true to size, and this sneaker is very narrow towards the toes. And I'm more on the narrower side as well, so if I'm feeling that broskies, then I would say go half a size up. That's your best bet. Of course, this is going to be sitting everywhere, so if you can try them on, then I would say do so. Of all the mumbo jumbo marketing that Nike are claiming this sneaker has, let's have a look up close and personal to see what it's really about. Now in my opinion, this sneaker might have a lot of accents that could potentially make it a future classic. Very similar, like I've already said, to the 270, but at the same time it's sort of the level up. Looks a lot sturdier and it does feel like that on foot as well. But the underlays do come in that sort of mesh and it's very breathable, so summertime you don't have to worry. We've got that double swoosh on the lateral side, which I didn't think it would, but it does work. Now the mudguard is this sort of weird synthetic material. At first touch I thought it was synthetic leather, but at the same time it don't really feel like that. It's got a very smooth finish with of course those perforation holes towards the side as well. Now we've got the light grey set of laces that do come with the shoe, and we've got hits of red towards the ends of them. Now one thing that Nike did, which I was happy about, the hits of 3M on the shoe. It's predominantly stronger towards the back of the sneaker and of course towards the Nike swoosh and the tongue as well. It's very subtle, but at the same time I'm so glad they did it. Now this new Nike Air Max logo is very similar to the TN logo, and that is one of the most iconic logos Nike have ever produced, and it does feel Nike are trying to go for it again. Now the sock liner is pretty interesting if you look carefully. It has the Air Max branding tiled in there, but it's very subtle. Having the black insole here though with the Air Max logo towards the back. And then as we move to the heel counter, just on top of that freehand panel we have that Nike swoosh in red. And then another bit of Air Max branding, just in case you forgot, is just on that heel clip, which I won't lie to you, does add a lot to the comfort and stability. Now this part of the shoe is where I think they could have changed it. It makes absolutely no sense to me, but we have that sort of fabric that surrounds the air unit. It does look cool and it's nice and silky, but at the same time, it's just going to attract dirt. And imagine that part ripping, that whole fabric panel is just going to look way off. But we do have a very comfortable midsole because of that foam towards the forefoot and of course the air unit towards the back. A very comfortable feeling on foot, but more on that later. And we have a refreshing new outsole here. It's got that sort of horseshoe vibe to it like the Air Max 270 does have, with the Air Max branding in the middle there. And slight nods to the Air Max 97, dare I say's outsole. So broskies, we have come to that part of the video where we decide together whether these are a buy or a buy. Now, a new Nike Air Max sneaker retailing at £145, of course, a lot of thought should go into it. I do think the pricing sits about right for this shoe, but at the same time, I can see these going on sale very quickly. And it's pretty much a given, but when Nike do release new colorways, I think this colorway will drop in price. But speaking about the actual silhouette specifically, I am very impressed. A very comfortable sneaker, honestly, one of the most comfiest Air Max sneakers I've ever tried on. And it's not as loud, expensive, or in your face like an Air Max Scorpion. It's just very subtle, it looks cool, and it's very comfy on foot. Just imagine the Air Max Pulse in triple black or triple white. That's all I'm going to say. And I do think this sneaker is here for the long haul, just like the Air Max 270. That sneaker till this day is still on people's feet, whether it's for gym, for casual wear, or just going out and about. A lot of people love the 270, and I do think this sneaker will be received just as well. But there's a lot to love with this shoe. It's not the most exciting one, I will say that, but at the same time, it's a very nice feeling on foot. And even at the price, it is pretty decent. But broskies, I say all that to say the Air Max Pulse is indeed an absolute buy. And now's your time to comment down below and let me know what you think. Is the Nike Air Max Pulse one sneaker you're considering, or is this an absolute miss? Leave it all down below, broskies, and I will pin the best comment. And of course, as always, I will be leaving some purchase links down below, so if you are after a pair, then click the link in the description box. But that's enough waffle from me. Don't forget to hit me up on the socials, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and till the next episode, take care.